Okay, you've asked for it. Here it is. The Gamestick Development Kit. You have the box and the controller here. I'll move the controller out of the way for a minute. We'll take a quick look at the box. As you've probably seen in the unboxing video, it says Gamestick Dev Beta 0.1, not for resale. Inspired by 5,691 amazing people around the world. Designed by Play Jam Incorporated from London. Made by experts in China. So got some questions about how the controller looks and feels. The important thing to remember here is that as it says on the device, let's see if we can get some focus here. There we go. As it says on the device, this is really a development device. It is of hand-built quality manufacture. If we look at the edges of the plastic, you can see that the quality is not what you'd think of as terribly high. This was literally rough-hewn, hand-built, and hand-painted. Gives it kind of a little bit of a feel, a bit like something Fisher-Price would make, but not quite as solid. So it's important to remember that this will not perform like the real thing. The real Gamestick will be of much higher quality and will be made of better plastics. Probably the shape will be slightly different. But this gives us developers an opportunity to take a look and understand how the Gamestick will feel in the hand, at least the Gamestick controller, and also how compatible the controller is with our games. It's very important because you'd be surprised at the lack of standards for Android devices. What works on, say, the Ouya controller doesn't necessarily work on this controller. You think it would, but doesn't seem to. So, go figure. If we look closely here at the side, you can kind of see. Let's get some focus there. If you look closely from the side, you can see these plastic parts are not well finished. They really are manually created just for the few dozen pieces that are going out. Most of this feels pretty mushy. No surprise there. The sticks, very nice actually. Top buttons, kind of weird. They click nicely, so really not too much to complain about there. As you can see, it actually doesn't do too bad fitting in the hand. I have fairly large hands, but everything's within reach. Everything is a good fit, so the general shape I think works fairly well. I really expect that this will be a very nice device when the final version is produced. Okay, here we can see the Gamestick Booting. This is, again, just a development device, so really at the end of the day, it's just a very fancy Android development stick. The primary difference between what you get in a stick and an actual console is that the actual console is likely to have better software, right? What we have here is a background that makes it look like the Android home screen is something more than it really is. We're going to turn on the controller here. There we go. All right. So Draft UI is just a testing thing. It doesn't actually do anything, so I won't show that to you. Developers are given a small, there we go, application for installing new software on. If you are a developer, there's exactly one program I recommend you install. If you can find adbwireless.apk, install it on your system. Once you've done that, then you can run this on your Gamestick. And the button there that you see, you're going to need a mouse or something like that to press it. I use a, hold on, let me pull it out here. I use a wireless air mouse. You can plug this into the extra USB port they give you. See, it's got a dongle there. This just plugs into it. I can't seem to hold on to it. This just plugs into the USB port, and then your wireless mouse is ready to go. So this has a keyboard as well, so it's a perfect solution to use when you need to control it with mouse or keyboard, and it'll also keep you normally resorting to using the controller. So let's get back to the home screen here using the Play Jam button. And now that I've installed ADB Wireless, and I have actually loaded a program onto here, load my own game called Battle Cruiser Dilemma. Let's take a look. Called Battle Cruiser Dilemma. So pretty cool, huh? So for you developers out there, I thought I'd just give you a quick preview of how to use the ADB wireless solution. So we come in here, click that, pow! Now it tells us what command to run on the computer. So let's switch to my computer. As you can see, I've already got the necessary command typed in there. All I have to do is type adbexe, connect to the IP address, port 5555. Hit enter, now we're connected. So if I go to my IDE here, I can right click, run as, Android application, and there's the stick right there, available for use. Choose that, click OK. There we are. So it's launching, so it'll compile and launch the application. This will take a few moments here, but as soon as it's done, it's actually going to launch the logcat viewer I just closed and show you the debugging output from your program, which can be very useful information when you're trying to figure out why something's not working. So we'll give this a moment to kick off. While it's doing that, final thoughts. Well, I think Gamestick has a winner on their hands. What we have here is a very powerful device. It may not be as powerful as, you know, the latest generation of Android phones that they just released. Sorry, trying to mess with the zoom here. May not be as powerful as the latest generation of Android phones released, but it's powerful enough for first generation Android game console. So my recommendation, get one of these. You'll like it. If you're a developer, develop something for it. Let's get this thing started. That will only drive more powerful hardware. The phone hardware that's used for this is only going to get better and better. And the end result is we're going to have game consoles that allow independent developers to really create something new and special. Just like that. Alright, y'all. Take care.